Hi guys! Welcome back to my channel. At kung bago ka sa channel na to, I am Za and this is Za Canada Vlog. And today we have a new episode since it's officially 2026. Happy New Year sa inyong lahat at sana naging masagana ang pagpasok ng taon sa inyong lahat at maging masagana sa buong taon ng 2026. And today we are going to talk about the 2026 changes, big changes sa Canada immigration rules. Ito yung mga government targets na makakaapekto sa students, workers, at mga gustong mag-settle dito. So, keep on watching, watch till the end, and if you haven't, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. So once again, let's go ahead and talk about the graphics, the graphic numbers scaling downs. So alam nyo ba na sa 2026, Canada is adjusting the immigration numbers. Meaning may mga designated numbers na kailangan nating obserbahan kung paano nila iba-budget yung numbers na or immigration targets or immigration numbers na inilaan nila o na inilabas nila noong November 2025. At ito nga yung permanent resident targets which is from 380,000 PRs sa 2026 na compared sa 395,000 noong 2025. So, the next one is the temporary resident targets, which is 673,650 in 2025, which is down to 385,000 in 2026. Once again, sinabi ng government ito para mabalance ang population pressure, housing demands, at services like education and healthcare services na kinakailangan ng bansa or ng Canada. Pero saan nga ba talaga sila nag-cut ng bonggang-bongga? So nag-cut sila sa international student stream or yung mga international student na pumapasok dito sa Canada. So kung matatandaan natin, for the past 2 years, yan ang nagiging target ngayon ng immigration na pababain yung mga international students na pumapasok dito sa Canada. Right now, ang cap for 2026 is 155,000 student visas. So, yan lang ang inaasahan nila na papasok na may student visa na hawak ngayong 2026. So, once again, ginagawa ito, they are trying to control the housing, the healthcare, at iba pang mga serbisyo. Pero once again, may exemptions to. Para sa mga masters at PhDs sa public schools, as far as I know, there is no exemption. There is no rule or there is no cap, which means na mas selective ang system ngayon. Lower volume but high quality of applicants. So mas mataas mas mataas na qualifications yung hinihingi nila ngayon para sa mga papasok na student visa. So this time we're going to talk about the work permit targets. So these are the temporary foreign workers cluster at around 230,000 sa 2026 ang budget for temporary foreign workers. So for Canada, Canada wants workers who can integrate sa work. Yung nagpapatuloy sila ng value sa economy, which means that these are the skilled workers like healthcare, education, yung mga nasa category-based na express entry. Or so, as there's another one like social, economic, agriculture at yung iba pa. I forgot what are those things. But yeah. So kung babalikan yung express entry, yung mga category-based selection, these are the skilled worker or these are the most probably will be the priority this 2026. Pero may good news naman tayo kasi as you can remember, there is a TR to PR pathway. So these are work permit holders to PR, and there is 33,000 allotment or allocation para makapag-transition itong mga tao na to permanent residence from 2026 to 2027. So antay-antay lang tayo. We haven't hindi pa nila officially nilalabas kung ano yung mga requirements diyan, but if you can gather all the pertinent documents or the important documents that may help you accelerate or para makapasok agad sa TR to PR pathway nga na ilalabas nila na yan, mas maganda. So if you are a person who's outside Canada or yung nagbabalak na pumunta rito as a temporary foreign worker or as a student, then the competition will be higher kasi limited lang yung study permits na ibibigay nila. If you are a skilled worker, make sure that you go into the province na medyo kukonti yung population. Kasi kung aim mo maging PR, then target those province who could provide you a provincial nominee program so that eventually you will earn 600 points for express entry. Dun sa kung medyo bata-bata ka naman, so you are not yet on your 30s or below 35 ka pa, make sure na yung trabaho na ipapasukin mo dito sa Canada is a skilled job. Make sure na hindi lang siya admin, skilled job, which means that you are in the tier 0, 1, and 2. Tier 0, 1, and 2 job qualification. Kasi kapag nandyan ka, ibig sabihin you can qualify for express entry, and eventually if you gain enough experience, then you can, here in Canada, then you can apply for Canadian experience class. Kasi mas bata ka, and you gain at least 1 year Canadian experience, at kung may experience ka ba sa labas ng bansa, then you will have a chance to have higher score in express entry and eventually ma-PR ka. At kung current worker ka with experience, mas malaki ang chance to transition to PR. So, amen to that. Amen sa lahat ng mga ngayon na worker dito sa Canada. We are manifesting that we will become PR soon. Okay? Alright. So, sana nakatulong itong video na to sa inyo, sa mga lahat ng mga nagbabalak na pumunta rito sa Canada, mag-aral o magtrabaho or makita kung ano ang future mo dito sa bansa nito. Once again, hindi naman nagsara. Wala naman sinabi ang Canada na wala na kayong pag-asa na pumunta pa rito. I'm just giving you tips, advices, and things that you can do right now so that you can prepare or you can try applying to those jobs na maaari na magbigay sa inyo ng magandang trabaho and eventually maging PR dito sa Canada. So hopefully you like this video. Don't forget to like and subscribe and comment in this channel what are your thoughts about this video. And you can also give me ideas kung ano ang pwede nating i-vlog next time. And lumalakad pa rin yung email ko dyan. Don't forget to send me feel free to hesitate. Do not hesitate to send me an email, your inspiring stories or questions na related sa mga content ko or sa mga episode na inilalabas ko sa channel na to. Okay? Happy New Year, everyone! And laging tatandaan, hindi kailangan maraming pera, basta may peace of mind. Till next time, thank you for watching. Bye-bye.